this construction day 177.
All right, so today we're coming at you from same location as yesterday. Call it our clean room here in the office area. So we did bring up 6 more Ballot buy-in boxes, and Wilma and I are starting to go through it, and we're finding items that we packed 2 years ago, and we're just seeing them for the first time. So that's been good, right?
For the first time in 2 years, yes, it's a surprise.
Yeah, we're like, oh, I forgot that we packed that. So we're starting to find some of our goodies that we packed in all those Ballot buy-in boxes. So we're going to continue to do that because obviously we don't want to bring up everything all at once. Number one, I don't have the vehicle for that. I would have to rent a truck. And then just blasting this new home with everything that we have just doesn't make sense. It'll be very disorganized. So we have time.
Yes.
And we're going to bring up, a pickup load a day. So today we brought up 6 Ballot buy-in boxes. Little furniture here and there. So we're just going to do it in dribs and drabs. And what we're finding out is, you can, when it's not that much, you can get it in the right place, go through things, repack a couple boxes. So maybe those 6 Ballot buy-in boxes go down to like 4 because she unpacked a few things and put them in certain areas. So that's the way we're going to handle the move. For the actual move itself, it's probably going to be around March 1st to March 7th. So call it the first week in March. So it's coming up soon.
It's coming soon, pretty quick.
Pretty quick. So what the contractor's doing now is working on the master side. So really the spare bathroom and the 2 spare bedrooms are for the most part ready to go. As you guys know, just some touch-ups. But now the master bedroom, the ceiling has to be painted. That's happening today. And then we have the vanity and the showers and the urinal and the toilet. All that needs to be taken care of and ready to go. And I haven't done the ceiling of the grout in the master bathroom either. So I got to get going on that. So that's what the contractor is focusing on, getting the master side of the house ready to go. And then we can start bringing up some of our bedroom furniture and getting that all set up. We do got to check in with the vendor, the furniture company who's making Wilma's walk-in closet. Yes. They did ask for a few more days, as you guys know, but we haven't heard from them. So we're going to reach out to them probably later today, if not tomorrow, and try to nail a date. And that's going to be a game changer. So that room is ready, as you know. So once that's installed, then we can start bringing up a lot of clothing and shoes and stuff like that and start packing that. So that's how we're going to handle it. We're going to do a little bit day by day, not do it all shotgun at once. I think it's just too much chaos. And, it's just us doing it right now. So, we don't want to, rent a big truck and just start lifting furniture all day long. That's not what we want. If we need to at the end get some assistance with some bigger items, we'll do that. But I think 95% of our belongings we can bring up here just one pickup truck load at a time. You agree?
I agree.
And then we can, kind of clean as we go.
Yeah.
So when everything finally gets here, we're in good shape. The house is in order and not chaos. We do got to start focusing on stove and refrigerator. So we did on, I think it was Sunday, went and took a look once again at those 2 items. They're both still in stock and we're good to go there. We did put a hold on a TV, so that's on hold until March 1st. So that's good. So things are working in the background. We've also done some generator shopping, and I've done some research on some of the generators here. We're going with like a 5,000 to 6,500 watt. That's all we need. I only had a 5,000 watt in New York for many, many years, and it did the essentials. you know, we're not going to have air cons going with a brownout. We're just not going to do that. And again, we're at day, what, 177 today?
Yes.
Day 177 and still only 2 brownouts. So the grid here is not that bad. So I said, you know, once we move in, it'll be out all the time. But of course, right? But only 2 times the power was out, and then 1 scheduled, so it was out 3 times, but 2 unannounced in 177 days. And a lot of people have emailed me and said, oh, you're going to have brownouts every week. Not in this area. Again, 177, only 2. So we found a greenfield generator, and I did some research on it, and it's made by Generac. So Generac is a good, solid company that I've seen many times in the U.S. So I'm probably going to go with the greenfield model. It's a 6,500 watt, and I think that's going to be sufficient for what we need. Of course, you know, we have to be concerned about running it once in a while, putting fuel stabilizer in the fuel, only running 95 octane in it. You know, so we got to do our due diligence on the maintenance side. You know, generators are good to sit for long periods of time. You know, maybe every 2 weeks, maybe every 10 days, I run it for 15 minutes just to keep that engine going and the battery obviously fresh. And with the fuel stabilizer that I'll be putting in it, I think we're going to be okay. So there's 3 big purchases that we need to make here in the next, or actually 4 with the TV.
Yes.
That's 4 big purchases that we have to make here in the next 2 weeks to 30 days. So stay tuned for that. We're going to go ahead and get out there and see what the guys are doing and get you guys some updates. All right, we have Gino and Edelyn here today working on the ceiling. So they're going to knock out the ceiling in this room, and then they're going to move to the main room. So they've been working on getting this all sanded. Now this is obviously still wet, it needs to dry. So they've been in here for about an hour now and came across. So they're doing a nice job. Hopefully now all the joints will disappear. And with the first coat, I don't see any joints. Looking good. So I think we're going to be okay. So they're going to focus on the ceiling and then moving to the main room here probably later this afternoon. All right, so I focused today on doing the joint. This is the last joint I have to do between the main glass, the PVC track, and the actual tile. So there's a seam all the way down, and it's a pretty good sized gap. So it takes a lot of grout. So that takes time because it's probably 2 inches deep, and I put it in there pretty wet, and then I put the top layer drier. But then I let it sit overnight so it dries real good, and then I'll come in and clean it up. And then like you seen yesterday in the other side, it comes out really nice, really sealed off very nicely. So that was done by me today. We've been lucky again. It was supposed to have showers today, and so far today, no showers. Plenty of clouds, but no showers, so very lucky. And actually you can see the sun is out as it's starting to head to the west. But here in the pool, they're working on that 4-inch drop. So they just about have the coping completed. Looks like just a strip here, 1 piece right there, and then they're going to call the coping completed. So now they're working on the 4-inch drop. That's going to go all the way around the pool. And you say, why 4 inches? It's because the concrete here will go up to meet the bottom of the 4 inches. So approximately right here at this 4-inch drop is where the concrete for out here, the patio, will come up to meet the pool. So there'll be a 4-inch step, stepping from the concrete patio up to the coping. Working on the steps. He's on step 3. So looking good. A lot of dust from all the cuts. They have to clean out at some point. You can see one of the workers, the tilers, doing this side. So looking nice. So I was talking to the guys about how they're going to do the bullnose. So they explained it to me, so I'm going to explain it to you. So the bullnose here, that repeats on this side, repeats on this side of the coping, repeats at the bench, all the way around the perimeter of the pool on the inside, as well as all the steps, all will have a bullnose. And the way they do that is they use one bag of white tile grout to one bottle of tile grout waterproofing. So my understanding is one bottle to one bag of grout, and they make a paste. And my understanding is they all can make one batch at a time, because I was told within about 10 minutes it sets up because of this tile grout waterproofing. So you can't get ahead of yourself and make, you know, a large batch like they do with cement. You know, they make a batch of cement and then it takes them, you know, 45 minutes to use that cement. Here, they only have about 5 to 10 minutes of working time. So when they shape the rounded bullnose, they have to be working quickly, get it in place and get it shaped all within that 5 to 10 minute span, because it will harden up. And I was also told that if it gets on the tile, that it's very difficult to clean off, especially in any grouted area. So like the mosaic already has the grouted areas. If this mixture gets embedded in here and allowed to dry past that 10 minutes without being wiped off, that it causes an issue. It can come off, but it's a lot of work to get it off. So the guys really have to make sure that they do one batch at a time, as well as when they start working this rounded bullnose, that they shape it and get it looking correctly all within that 5 to 10 minutes, because after that it would have to be ground to get it to the correct shape. So that's going to be interesting. So you might be wondering what we're going to do below here. Pretty much we're just going to paint this the same color as the reveal column, which is going to be sand dune. So that's going to be a brownish color. So this is going to be a repeat, as well as the fence. So the fence, the side of the pool here on two sides, because it'll be concrete on those two sides, going right up to the 4 inches. But on this side, as well as this side, it's going to be painted the same color as the reveal column and the fence. Take a look at that beam. I mean, that is so white, so smooth, and there's no paint on that yet. So this guy knows what he's doing when it comes to skim coat. So he's been at it for a couple of days. He started down at that end and put a second coat, but he really works it and just doesn't leave it thick. He has his tool that he uses to trim, so he's putting on and smoothing at the same time. But just look how white that is. And again, there's no paint on there. There'll be a couple coats of white concrete paint. Looking real good. So it looks like here late in the day, he only has about another maybe 10 feet to go. And he'll be completed with all this front area. Has all been skim coated twice and all smoothed out. Quick canopy update. So they took the forms off and then let it dry for another 24 hours. So now this has been sitting a couple of days. And then today they took a grinder and they're starting to shape the concrete. So this is the grinder that they're using. It's a Makita, and it's a pretty good sized wheel. And it's kind of has a dome to it. And then you can see that it has, I don't know if this is just carbide or diamond blade or not. But that's what they're using to grind that concrete and making that shape. So I told you I was taking an interest in how to make these canopies, because I've never seen this on YouTube before. So here's a good look. So you can see how it's about 4 inches thick in the back. And see how it tapers down? So starting to shape it. And take a look at the rocks that's embedded in the concrete. You can see the pinks and dark grays. It almost looks like granite. Look at all the different colors that's embedded into the cement. That when they ground it down, they grounded the rock as well. So that's going to look pretty good. If it was just like this and just put a clear coat on it, that would look nice. How good would that look on a patio? Having this type of rock with all these different colors, and then grinding it smooth, because it's smooth. It's very smooth. And then seal this, that would be gorgeous for a patio. But you can see how it's real tight sealed here. So now when rainwater hits, now this is going to be skim coated and painted. But so will this. This will get a skim coat and a paint too. But now when the water hits, it'll be able to run. So I did not talk to Gino. He worked on this for a few hours today, and then he stopped and started painting the ceiling. But I'm going to ask him if there's another step, if they start rendering, because I thought he told me that the last step is once they get this shaped, is that they're going to render this like they did the whole house and smooth it all out before they paint it. But take a look how thick this is. I mean, this is my hand. This has got to be 4 inches. So, and it's got to be 5 inches here in the back. So it's thick. That's a lot of weight, and that's probably why they're leaving the form under it. But remember, it had the rebar that was coming out of the house in several spots, and then they crisscrossed it and tied all the rebar together, going the same direction as the house, parallel to the house. So that rebar that's embedded into the house is holding this up as well. So it's late in the day, and Wilma and I are sitting here on our steps, just relaxing. Sunset is starting to happen. Skies are starting to clear, and we're done with our videos, and I got the editing done. So we're just sitting here just talking, and then we heard a sigh, and we're like, somebody's right behind us. And I turned and look who's sleeping on the step right behind us. Lazy Sandy. So she's still following us, and she's laying here right by our side. Wherever we go, she goes, all day long. So say hi, girl. Taking a nap. Look at the tail going. Woke you up from your nap? Say hi to everybody.